we are going to swap it real quick for the good one and send pictures to the owner of the worn so we can make money. Welcome guys back to the channel. Behind me you can see a Mazda CX-5 2015 model. It will be an interesting video. The owner was worried or skeptical. So now let me switch the camera, turn around the camera and show you what is going to happen or what is wrong with this one. But before that, let me show you our newest idea, what we came up with, or better said, what them came up with. So basically this is the map of the UK. We marked ourselves, put a pin where we are, Lingfield, Surrey, and we put a pin for everybody who visits us, even who visited us. So if you visited us already before and you want a pin for yourself on the map, leave a comment down below or reach out to me on Messenger or text me on my phone number and we will do it so. But as you can see, we already put a few. But now back to the car. So it had low oil pressure problems, fault codes for the low oil pressure. He came for diagnostics. We've checked the car. At the time the oil pressure was fine, but we recommended the owner the inspection of the exhaust camshaft and the oil strainer. So now let me show you what we found. As you can see from underneath the valve cover, the things look okay. So you can see that goldish color means oil changes are done quite frequently, and luckily for the owner the camshaft is not worn. Then you may ask the question why I have here this another camshaft. The reason is because we are going to swap it real quick for the good one and send pictures to the owner of the worn so we can make money. No, jokes aside, what I wanted to show you, because a lot of you guys, mechanics, DIYers, owners, don't know what is a worn camshaft, what to look for, or how to identify a worn camshaft. I tried to edit a picture here when our customer came for diagnostics and he said another mechanic garage checked his camshaft and confirmed it wasn't worn, but he had the pictures. So he showed me the pictures and I said straight away he misdiagnosed it because that camshaft was worn. Anyways, so this is an already worn camshaft. That is not. No, the owner will be told the good news. He doesn't need to get that one replaced, saves a lot of money. But back to this one. So where it wears usually, you see these are the camshaft lobes, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You can see like the two are different. One is like a fin and other one is thicker. So the thicker wears always, and it has a lip, so I can insert my fingertip in there, as you can see, meaning if the material is missing from here, it cannot push the rocker arms and the rocker arms cannot push the valves. It's not happening all the time, because if you look at the profile of the camshaft, it's not using, because this is for the variable valve timing, so it's not using all the time the variable valve lift. Sometimes the middle section is pushing the rocker arm. Anyways, let me know if you want me to do a video of this Skyactiv, how does that work, what these are for exactly. But basically this is the wear, or this is how you know the camshaft is worn. If it has these lips, it means it is worn. So now what's going to happen to this car? We already had replaced the drive belt for the owner because that was cracked. Funny story, we've done the job. I gave him the invoice when he was waiting. He didn't know that we had already replaced. He thought we were going to get that ordered, wait to come in, and then we're going to do the job. But we always have these items in stock, what we do quite often. So we literally done it in maybe 5-10 minutes. Anyways, back to the car. As you can see, the exhaust pressure is still the old one. I've checked it with live data and with the scanner in the live data section, and the readings were low, so it is either the sensor is getting bad or the pipe underneath is blocked. We are going to clean the pipe and replace the sensor because there is an upgraded version of it, and also because the oil so back to the oil pressure problem, how it started. So as you can see, no injector washers were blowing out, which is a good sign, but still, even though they weren't blowing out, we will remove the oil pan and check the strainer visually just to confirm that the oil strainer is not blocked, not getting blocked. It will give peace of mind to the customer as well, to the owner. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to remove the parts, so the intake manifold and the EGR for the carbon cleaning, and show you how it looks like underneath the manifold, how bad the carbon buildup is. And in the meanwhile, Dan is working on another Mazda 6. He's putting it back together. That one is disassembled. I'm going to put it back together after I finish with this one, so to bring all three to the same level, and then we can get the carbon cleaning done on them. But now let me raise the car. No, before I raise the car, let me tell you, like, if injectors are not blowing out and the strainer, let's say, is not blocked, why you can have low oil pressure signs or warning signs on the dashboard. The reason is because whoever done the oil changes, they didn't reset the data, and the computer says or thinks the oil change hasn't been carried out since the last reset. And we've seen that it was sometimes I seen it like customer had it like 45,000 kilometers, so the computer thinks that the oil is deteriorated, so hence it triggers the fault code. But let me raise the car and check the strainer. But very likely that will be the case here as well, because you can see it is clean, it wasn't blowing out. And if the strainer will be clean, that was the cause. Obviously it has to be monitored, but I'm 99% sure that was the problem. Again, the inspection of the camshaft has given the customer, the owner, peace of mind that the camshaft is not worn. We're going to change obviously the injector washers and the valve cover gasket, fit everything back, make sure everything is clean. We'll do the same with the oil pan, and if the strainer is blocked, we're going to replace it. So now let's have a look at this strainer. What we can already see that the oil pump is nice and clean. Oil changes were done on time. And let's have a look at the strainer. Let me try to shine a light in there. As you can see, completely clean. So the investigation or inspection stops here. This is basically what we call oil strainer inspection. We remove the oil pan and check the strainer visually if it is blocked or not, and then if it is not, we remove the silicone sealant from the engine, reseal the pan, fit it back, and then get an oil change done. And now let me move again, or let me lower the car again and carry on with removing the parts for the carbon cleaning. I am done with removal of the parts, intake parts, and look at that dirt mess. Very thick and solid carbon buildup on the cylinder walls. So now I'm going to fit the top first in order to be able to get the carbon cleaning carried out, because what we want to avoid any walnut media, shells, whatever gotten into the cylinder head. So that's why I'm going to fit the valve cover first with the injectors and the rest of the parts. And now let's check that pipe for blockage, if it is free flowing or air or not, or if it is blocked. So basically I'm going to use an air gun, put it in there, blow air through it and see if it is coming out from this side. as you can see and hear, like a big puff of smoke came out, meaning the pipe was free flowing of air. Only the sensor, this one, was going bad and giving back low readings. Anyways, I'm going to still heat up a pipe just a tiny bit, blow air through it just to make sure it is perfectly clear, and I'm going to fit then a new exhaust pressure sensor, sorry.